Listín Diario editorial for April 24th of 2023. An inappropriate tragedy. The Haitian elites that control the politics and economy of that country are primarily responsible of the chaos prevailing there. They have acted destabilizing forces since before the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse, and they have shown this after the fact by financing and supporting the groups of armed civilians that today are fighting for power through bloody violence and the general paralysis of the country. This is one of the reasons why the United States, Canada, and the Dominican Republic have applied sanctions of different types against notorious representatives of these elites, given the evidence of their conspirational acts. These elites have intentionally colluded to sink a country that they had already been strangling with the exploitation of its wealth. In fact, stimulating a massive illegal immigration of citizens fleeing misery, kidnappings, murders, and the violence of armed gangs by them. By the way, they have forced the Dominican Republic to bear an imported tragedy of unsuspected consequences, which have affected the main public assistance services and the economy itself. The quantifiable cost of an absorption of the Haitian diaspora in our territory, which include millionaire emergency investments to provide the armed forces with weapons and ammunition and maintain the custody of the border, illustrate the scope of this imported tragedy. Being clear that without an external force solution, it would not be possible to completely break the scheme of instability and ambition for power of the elites and their gangs. It will be necessary for the Dominican Republic to strengthen its preventive responses to this crisis. As the sanctions by themselves have not been able to stop the growing deterioration of the situation, which every day takes on the profile of a humanitarian crisis, the country has to tighten its legal and constitutional tourniquets to defend itself from danger. It is appropriate to close the land border and only allow air and maritime traffic for cargo and passengers for 60 days, and stop the granting of visas that are not strictly and verifiable humanitarian or protection for politically persecuted people. At the same time, the government must improve its intelligence work to detect Haitian terrorist cells that use our territory as a death field for their supplies, their rear guards, and their economic sources of support. Apart from the fact that sovereignty and national security are at stake in the face of the formulas that other nations are considering to avoid direct actions in the crisis, as the United Nations has requested, pretending that our country pays for the piper, timorous or soft positions are not worth such danger. The time has come to make the national will to protect our own security and economic stability felt firmly and with thought decisions, discouraging any plan that promotes the Dominican solution of a tragedy that we did not cause, but that we are feeling raw. For Listín Diario, voiceover and translations by Indira Rodriguez.